Welcome to another episode of Let's Chop It Up. Best tools and software to use for dropshipping. I think that staying organized is like a superpower when it comes to dropshipping. Every time I get disorganized, I get anxiety, I get anxious. I don't know where my emails are going. I don't know what email I signed up with. And today I spent a lot of time just organizing everything, especially with my Facebook Business Manager. Having too many profiles, too many pages. I just completely got rid of all that stuff and simplified it as much as I can. And I suggest you do so as well. But let's get into the software. So number one is Notion. I have been wanting to make a switch to Notion for a while, and I finally did it, and I couldn't be more happy with Notion. Honestly, just keeping all my notes, all my data in one place is really freaking helpful. As far as e-commerce, personal stuff, YouTube stuff, it is super helpful. I have been using Apple Notes, and I think that the latest update they released is actually really good. But I'm just gonna stick to Notion. Their AI tool is really good. I have been having a lot of fun using that tool. So Notion is number one. I still do a lot of research on Google Docs and Sheets. So hopefully I'll find a way to just completely move to Notion. But for now, I do a lot of my P&L stuff on Sheets. I have like a template for my P&Ls where I put in cost of goods, marketing spent, all that good stuff. And I just put it in there every single day when I wake up. I track it from the day before, and that's what I do. Probably not the best option. I do want to make a switch to Lifetimely soon for P&Ls and just profit and loss reports. I have also considered using Triple Whale, but the reason why I don't want to use Triple Whale is I just want to have my P&L strictly financial. I just feel like Triple Whale is more geared towards marketing and UTMs and all that tracking stuff, where I actually don't mind using the Facebook Ads Manager to track my stuff. And I use WeTracked for my Pixel software. I don't use the Facebook and Instagram integration, although it's really good. My mentor said he doesn't like to keep his Facebook assets too close, and I have had a wonderful experience using WeTracked. Anytime I message them, they respond to me right away. Their customer support, honestly, is like the best I have ever used, I have ever been a part of. Nothing beats WeTrack customer support, so shout out to them for that. It is pretty pricey, but I don't mind paying for it. I feel like I've had less troubles when it comes to just my assets getting rejected and stuff like that using their tool. And their tracking is really good. Like, it's actually accurate. The data populates really quickly, so I'm really pleased with them. So I'm going to move from Sheets to Lifetimely soon, but for now, pretty much all my research is done on Google Docs, Notion, and Sheets to track my P&Ls and creatives. Also, I have been trying my best to keep a spreadsheet of my creatives and kind of concepts that I'm working on. So for each number of creative, I number my creatives from anytime I launch a product. First creative I make, I just number them 1 through however many I make. And then within the Google spreadsheet, I just put in the number and what kind of creator, what kind of video I used for it, and the concept. So really simple stuff. It's not too crazy right now. I have seen people on Twitter with like crazy sheets for creatives, and I do want to get on that. But just for now, color coding it as to make, rejected, approved, working, failed, in review. I just keep it there, and it has been really helpful for me. When it comes to creatives, I edit all my videos with Premiere Pro, which I don't know if I would recommend it to a beginner editor. I did start out with Adobe Premiere and Sony Vegas back in the day, so I am somewhat familiar with that software. I do pay for their yearly subscription. It's not too cheap. I mean, it's not too expensive, but it's not cheap also. Adobe is obviously a fantastic brand. I've been meaning to try Final Cut Pro since I don't even use PC anymore, no Windows. But yeah, it's been really hard to switch. I downloaded their free trial even, but I didn't even edit any videos in there because I just don't want to go through the learning curve again of learning another software. But for editing, I use Premiere Pro. I would probably suggest CapCut if you're just starting out with editing. I've heard that there's pretty much everything that you need in there. For my AI voice, I used to use 11 Labs, but now I have been trying this new AI voice thing called Play.ht, if I recall correctly. Sounds way better than 11 Labs, I'm not gonna lie. Their generations are way better, and I haven't even tried their voice cloning, but I've heard that it's really good. So that's the tool I've been using for my AI voice stuff. For the captions, I probably should start making them myself in Premiere Pro, but I am using Submagic. I have heard of, I think, VidIQ, maybe, but I have been using Submagic still. Maybe if there are better alternatives that you have seen as far as captions for creatives and short form content, let me know, because I'm interested in checking that out. I haven't really, Submagic is cool and all, but I just think that they could do better, you know? But that's pretty much it for the creatives. For my script writing, of course, I use ChatGPT, freeadcopy.com, and Claude AI. I've played around with it a little bit, but most of it gets done with ChatGPT. The script that perform for me the most, I usually just give them to ChatGPT, and then I also give them like a competitor script, and I tell them to tailor the competitor script to what has worked for me before. So pretty much use the benefits and then give them the marketing angles and stuff. I also do tell ChatGPT to use like 5th grade English level, because you don't want to have the wording too complicated. And obviously, after it gives me their final result, I pretty much go in and edit it myself a little bit too. So when it comes to copywriting, I'm not the best at all. I don't know shit about copywriting. All I know when writing copy is that you want to make sure that your reader or your listener continues to listen. So that's why on my product page, I try to use some tactics like, and there's more, or continue reading, and at the end, of course, a call to action is really important. So that's what I do for all of my ad copy on my websites. ChatGPT is probably the #1 tool that I use on a daily basis. One time I used ChatGPT for the whole day when I was like redesigning my landing page, making custom code, and they straight up banned me. They've said that I need to take a break, and I couldn't use it for like an hour. So that just tells you how much I've been using ChatGPT. A lot of people, a lot of my friends, they don't even know about ChatGPT, which is crazy to me. You can go in and access like a second brain. Just makes you so much smarter having such a powerful tool at your disposal. So I have been using ChatGPT the most out of any tool. That's what I use for all my script writing, all my copywriting, ideas, brand names, domain names. Coming up with everything is just like an extension of me at this point. That sounded weird, but yeah, so these are the tools. I do everything on Apple. I have a MacBook Pro. I used to use Windows when I was a gamer, but now I just only use Mac OS, iOS, and it has been fantastic. I love Apple products. I'm a fanboy. It is what it is. I have been for a while, and it's wonderful software. You can just depend on the MacBook. It always comes through. So this is pretty much going to wrap it up for the software that I use. I try to keep it simple. I try to not have too many things. Simple stuff. ChatGPT, Premiere Pro, 11 Labs, or the Play.ht tool. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support on my latest video. If you haven't seen it, check that out. Read the description. Hit me up on Instagram if you want to connect. Let's discuss some stuff in the comments down below. I'm really happy to respond to everybody. Peace.